All right, today we're going to talk about pronouns, and it's the issues that come up with pronouns mostly when you're writing. So we're going to start looking at those. There are lots of different types of pronouns. And first thing we're going to look at is the two types that are the subject and object pronouns. The idea that a subject pronoun is used for the subject of the sentence, and object pronoun is used as the object of the sentence. So a subject pronoun, these are them. I, you, he, she, it, we, they. Okay? So they act as the subject, they are the doers in the sentence. The object pronouns are me, you, him, her, it, us, them. They receive the action. Okay? So that's their basic function. So here's an example of wrong and right. Me and her went to the movies. No, she and I went to the movies. The other thing to keep in mind, whenever possible, put the pronoun that it's the I or the we at the end of the group. Okay? I always comes last in whatever grouping you're doing. Okay? That's the basic. Now, ready to look at the problems. When you have the word than, actually also if you have the word as, the pronoun that follows needs to be the subject pronoun. This is wrong. He is taller than me. He is taller than I. And I just heard that either on the radio this morning or on the Oscar telecast last night. Somehow I heard somebody who should know better do it wrong. I'm like, wait a minute. I think it was the radio announcer this morning, like, shouldn't he know better? Okay? So usually when it's at the end, it's going to be the object pronoun, except if you've got the words as or than. When you've got a preposition, such as with, what's going to follow after it is the object pronoun. So this is wrong. The children wanted to go with you and I. No, it's the children wanted to go with you and me. Okay? So we don't say the children wanted to go with we, the children wanted to go with us. So one of the ways to make sure when you're doing the compound pronouns, substitute it out. You know, try it with a we, and try it with an us and see which one sounds right, and that tells you which one to do. Because you is the same in both subject and object. Okay? Questions? You need more time to write down?
No.
Okay. All right, the next type of pronoun we're going to talk about are the possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns show that the pronoun owns something. They do not get apostrophes. Let's see, how do we start? There are two forms of each possessive pronoun. We have my, your, his, her, its, our, their. These are always followed by a noun. We don't end by saying this is mine. This is my what?
Car.
Yeah, we'd have to say this is my car.
Or this is my dog.
These do not have to be followed by nouns. Mine, yours, his, hers, its, ours, theirs. These all have S's at the end. That's the difference. Some of these do, these two do, but that's just because they are. Mine doesn't have an S.
Right.
So I could say, this is mine.
Okay.
Like, this is mine.
Oh.
All right? I don't say this is my. I say this is my pen. But I say this is mine. All right? The other thing to keep in mind is that possessive pronouns do not use apostrophes. This is key. It's tested, and in your writing it's very important to get it right. So for example, I'm going to talk about a possessive noun. Okay? So let's say we have a man. The man owns a car. Man's car. Here I'm using apostrophe S to show this one person is owning this thing. Okay? So if I have more than one man, so I have men, and they have cars, here again I'm using the apostrophe S to show this, and this word is telling me plural. Okay? But if I was talking about girls, I have more than one girl. The girls own cars. Now I just use the apostrophe to show the possession. Oh. When the plural noun ends in an S, you use just the apostrophe. Otherwise, it's always apostrophe S. Pronouns never use them. Okay? Got it? Yeah, once somebody teaches you that rule, it's like, oh, that's what that's doing there. It makes a whole lot more sense. Okay? All right. Now, I think the next one is the spelling problems. This is the one area that they tested multiple choice on the GED. There are 3 homonym pronouns that go with other words, and they are the ones that are often spelled wrong, and the biggest mistake, or the second biggest, is this one, with the words there, and there. Okay? T-H-E-R-E, there, is a preposition showing location. He is sitting over there. Okay? T-H-E-Y apostrophe R-E, there, is a contraction. They are. So they are having milk and cookies. They're having milk and cookies. And then T-H-E-I-R is the possessive pronoun, so it shows that they own something. Their house has been vacant for 3 years. Okay? So location, subject, verb, possession. Here it is in one whole sentence. They're going over there to see their daughter. Okay? So if you want to know if you can use the apostrophe or not, sound out the contraction. They are going over there. Then you know it makes sense. If you try to use that here, their house has been vacant. Doesn't sound right, so you know you should not use that one. At least you eliminated one of the possibilities. Okay? All right. Next spelling problem 1. It's and its. This is probably the most wrong pronoun ever. Okay. It's without the apostrophe is a possessive, showing that it owns something. The dog is chewing on its bone. IT apostrophe S is the contraction of it is. It's time to wash the car. It is time to wash the car. Remember that if you can say it is, you can use the apostrophe. If you can't say it is, do not use the apostrophe. Okay? So here's your example. It's the dog's favorite time to chase its tail. It is the dog's favorite times to chase. If I said to chase it is tail, does it make sense? No apostrophe. Okay? Got that one? All right.
Do that often too.
Most people do. I do it too. When I'm confused or I'm going too fast, I have to stop and think, can I say it is? If I can say it is, I will use the apostrophe. Okay. The last one is your and your. It's a little less likely to be a mistake when we're writing it because it has that extra E on the end. We know that your, Y-O-U-R, is a possessive pronoun. The boy is playing with your doll, the doll owned by you. If I do the apostrophe R-E, again, I've got the contraction of you are. You're my best friend. You are my best friend. This one is tested on the GED, but we're less likely to get this wrong. Okay. We're like, oh yeah, we got that one. Not a problem with this one, okay? So that's what that, but the there and the it's, those are biggies. In your writing, more so than on the multiple choice test, particularly the it's. Yeah. Now you got it. Remember, possessive pronouns never get an apostrophe. Never. All right, next category I talk about are the reflexive pronouns. A reflexive pronoun is one, it reflects back on the person that's talking in the sentence, usually for emphasis. You have singular and you have plural, and there are spelling rules involved. Myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself are all singular. If I want the plural, I go ourselves, yourselves, themselves. The F turns into a V and adds an ES. That's the rule of plurals. When you're adding an S to a word that ends in F, change the F to a V and add an ES. You've got to do that here too. So you wouldn't say this, because you need to know who you're referring to when you use one of these. My brother and myself did it. No, it's my brother and I did it. Or I did it myself. Please give it to John and myself. No, please give it to John and me. Okay. So when I did it myself, it's like, yeah, that, because I know who myself is coming back to, I. Right, so just make sure it comes back to that. One not to do incorrectly is self. That's non-standard English, and people will use that quite frequently. He did it himself. Heard it, right? Yeah. Don't. It's not good. see if we are done. Yep, okay. So now let's go to the worksheet and do a first part.